Hi folks, this is Nathaniel. Just a quick editorial note. This episode was made about 12 hours before the decision to have NJ Gallegos join us as an official host of the podcast. So she is a guest on this particular episode. That's why she's kind of introduced that way as opposed to as a host. This is the last episode where she is not an official Scream King. So if you listen to our announcement episode and are a little bit confused, that's what's going on here.
The Scream Kings are in no way responsible for any encounters with the paranormal, extraterrestrial abductions, eldritch insanity, hauntings, hexes, curses, demonic possessions, cryptozoological sightings, or any loss of sleep from listening to this podcast.
This is the Scream Kings podcast. I'm Nathaniel Darkish.
And this is Max George.
My mama always told me someday I'd be good at something. Who'd have guessed that something would be zombie podcasting? Well, we have a special guest today. A guest that we had on very recently, but it was such a delight last time. So, do you want to introduce yourself to the fine folks again, NJ?
I would love to, and I get to meet Max this time, so it's a great day for me.
Hey girl, hey.
Hi, I'm going to write about this in my diary later. It's going to be great.
I'm going to write about it in my diary.
Oh my god.
MG. God.
As the only straight person here, I feel a little left out.
You should be.
Well, take that, straights. You've run culture for the last 2 millennia, so it's our turn.
Only 2?
We're going to cram it down your throat.
That's right. Who are you, NJ?
During the daytime, I am an ER doctor with a multitude of jokes. During the nighttime, I am a horror author. I am married with a wife, shockingly, and 2 cats.
I love cats.
I was more shocked by the cats.
Yeah, the cats are great.
I'm more shocked by the woman.
Oh my.
That's just because you don't understand women.
That's fair. That's real true. So
I don't either, Max, if it makes you feel any better.
What are your cats' names real quick?
Theodore and Cat Bane off of Star Wars. Cad Bane.
Nice. I just got a cat with my partner / fiance, and we named him Miles after Miles Morales. So right there with you.
Ooh, I like it. And I don't know if you know this, Max, since apparently didn't listen to the last episode that I was on, but
right.
I recently have a novel that came out, The Broken Heart.
And it's freaking awesome.
It's pretty cool. Picture an abused housewife getting a heart transplant from a serial killer, and then she's fucking pissed off, and shit goes off the rails, and there's a lot of blood.
Sounds like my divorce story, so here we go. No, we're super excited to have you, NJ. Nathaniel, essentially won't shut up about how amazing you are, so I'm happy to meet you and pick your brain about...
You're making it sound weird.
Okay, you're fine. We're talking about...
It's okay if you doodled my name. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I've seen the doodles. We're talking about an awesome movie, though, which is Zombieland. But before we get there, NJ, I want to hear more about this book. Give us the skinny, spill the tea, as the gays say.
The gays, excellent. So, you're talking about my newest novella, correct?
Yes.
Excellent. So, that is with Alien Buddha Press, and it's called It's Me. Hi, I'm the zombie. It's me.
Oh, no.
So,
hold on. I have to go die, resurrect myself, and come back with my Taylor Swift shirt on. So, I'll be a minute.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, because you know what? You're one of those gays, so you're a Swiftie probably, right? Like, automatically.
I like Taylor Swift, but I am not part of her cult yet. They've rejected my letters, so here we are.
Oh,
Well, that's because you wrote them in blood.
I know that seems to be a problem for a lot of fan clubs, but whatever.
lame. But yeah, so when I went to my first Stokercon this last summer in Pittsburgh, Nathaniel can attest to this, that the hotel that Stokercon was at, a lot of Swifties were also staying there because she was in town for her Eras tour that weekend.
And it was one of the most delightful things on the planet.
Oh yeah, it was very odd because you have all these, like horror people wearing black. They got some chains on. They're talking about like Dracula and shit, and then you have these Swifties that are covered in glitter and there's like perfume everywhere. It was just a very stark contrast.
I feel like that evens StokerCon out, though. We need that perfume, probably to mask the scent of blood, urine, and maybe semen from the murders.
It's like you came to our publishing house table. Wow, weird.
Yeah, fun fact, I was there. But tell us what this book's about.
So essentially, the conference is taking place at this hotel, and Swifties and StokerCon attendees find themselves trapped in this hotel because the undead are en masse outside, and they must work together to get out of the hotel to potentially contact, safety. And as you can imagine, the Swifties are actually far more badass than the horror folks.
I mean, that tracks. That fully tracks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, we watch all this crap on TV and movies and whatnot, and, like, in theory, we know what to do, but those Swifties, like, they don't fucking stop, man. They are ready.
Yeah, we're like Randy in Scream, and they're like everyone else in Scream.
Exactly. I like to blend some characters. One of the main characters, Alex, is actually based off of an ER nurse that I work with who is, like, obsessed with Taylor Swift. And I don't want to brag or anything, but she actually got us tickets to next year whenever she's at the Eras Tour in Indianapolis.
Oh, damn.
I know. I've never seen Taylor Swift in concert, so I'm pretty stoked about it.
Apparently, they're akin to the second coming of Jesus, so you're going to see something awesome, apparently.
But with twice as much glitter. But only twice.
Only.
If Jesus doesn't come back with a little bit of glitter, I'm going to be disappointed.
Well, yeah, I said there's some.
Yeah, exactly. What's the point? I have to ask, is it difficult blending such kind of different genres here? You have fan service of Taylor Swift meets horror. Was that fun, challenging? How did that process go? How did you get into that headspace even?
Well, I listen to Midnights quite a bit.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Nathaniel, that's who does it.
Yeah, not seen is me raising my hand.
Put your hand down, you're offending us.
That's right. Anyway, I keep interjecting. I feel like the fans need to know Max is on cold medication, so I apologize.
And vodka.
A little bit of that too.
Purple drink. Yeah, you're cool. You're like Lil Wayne, Lil Jon, one of them. I don't know. One of them probably likes a little purple drink.
I'm very far from them, but I'll take it.
Except for the grill. You do have a rockin' grill.
I do. It's a wood-burning one outside. It makes real good chicken. I'm sorry, MJ. You were telling us about your headspace for writing this.
So Midnights. I must admit, I also listened to some Calvin Harris, even though I know that they are like not together anymore. But whatever. I'm sure that she rubbed off on him a little bit. But I actually had a very fun time incorporating the two. I wouldn't qualify myself as a Swiftie, but I am a sucker for like celebrity gossip and stuff. So I keep up quite a bit with like her personal life, and I'm sorry, it's a weakness of mine. I love that shit. Real Housewives, that kind of thing, yeah. And then whenever I had any questions, I would ask my self-appointed Taylor Swift expert, which was my friend Alex, and she helped kind of craft some things, which was helpful. But no, I actually thought it lent itself pretty well to the horror genre.
And it was just, basically real life anyway, so.
Right.
Yeah, I think it is really clever to kind of mix the two as is. Taylor Swift is just such a phenomenon right now, and to throw some horror into that, especially zombies, doesn't get much better than that, I think.
I had a good time. It was fun to write.
It makes me kind of wish that more horror movies would kind of touch into that cultural sort of situation. Why can't... I don't know. I've seen a few movies, of course, about the pandemic. We've had, some political things with the purge and kind of the state of America right now. But we just need some more millennial filmmakers to kind of push the envelope, I think, here.
Well, if Netflix wants to give me a call, let me know, I'm here. I'm waiting.
Dear Netflix, listen.
Please be my friend. Please be my friend.
We heart you.
But also, don't heart how you treat a lot of your people.
Okay, Nathaniel, the queers are here to have fun. You keep bringing us down.
I'm just standing with my homies that just, beat them by striking.
That's a good point. Okay, now I feel bad.
I mean, but on the flip side, I just am shamelessly watching a lot of their content still. So
you can hold space for two different things.
Yeah, and one of them is new Flanagan stuff. But
yeah, we'll get there.
Oof,
yes.
Anything you want to mention, NJ or Nathaniel, here regarding this?
It's a freaking delight of a novella. I enjoyed it tremendously. It was Barbenheimer in real life, but more spooky, and the real life experience translated well to the page. And I, as with everything else that I've read from NJ, which is admittedly one other thing, but regardless, both things, The Broken Heart and It's Me, Hi, I'm a Zombie, It's Me. Thankfully, I have the title right there in front of me to read, because otherwise I mix it up, because I'm not a Swiftie. But both of them are just so fun and well written and have great characters, and everyone should just go and buy both of those things right now.
Well, thank you. I mean, I can't do it any better service than that, so I appreciate that, Nathaniel.
I got you.
You the best.
I mean, I am.
You're okay.
That's just the cold medicine talking. He doesn't mean it.
I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep.
That's fine.
My friends are turning on me.
Dun dun dun! You just need to stop introducing me to your cool friends.
Okay, that's true.
Let's talk about one of the greatest horror movies ever made of all time. Because Zombieland, I rewatched it today as I was slowly drowning in my Dayquil. And maybe it was a Dayquil, maybe it's just a good movie, but this thing is iconic. It's perfect. What a movie, guys.
Whoa. Well, these fellas really let themselves go.
Zombieland.
You guys want some Purell?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So let's shift into full blown Zombieland mode. I guess the quick obligatory information came out in 2009, directed by Ruben Fleischer. Hopefully that's how you pronounce that name. And written by Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick. And I was like, man, what else have these guys done besides the not so good Zombieland 2? And I guess, yeah, like Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick worked on the Deadpool movies, and Ruben Fleischer directed Venom. I don't know.
Don't talk about Venom right now, or Max is gonna get real crazy.
How so?
Let's just say Nathaniel and I saw Venom in movie theaters together.
No, I didn't.
And I swear you did. This is like a core memory of mine.
That's hilarious because I've never seen it.
Then it must be somebody else. Maybe I was on a date. Whoever I saw it with, if you're listening, let me know. And maybe this is why it didn't proceed, because after the fact they said, I will never see that with you again, because it was like I was watching a porno. I love Tom Hardy. Venom is my favorite superhero character. Put them together and I was a drooling mess.
That's fair. Tom Hardy's pretty, I mean, he's an attractive man, like Mad Max.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Don't get me started on Mad Max. Chained to
movie.
a car, sweating in the desert. Ooh, I'd give him my water supply. God, guys, this cold medicine. Wow. Sorry, listeners.
Actually, that's just bringing up Tom Hardy around you, even stone cold sober.
I mean, facts, not attacks.
The cold medicine just makes it easier to admit it.
That's fair. Yeah. Instead of Tom Hardy, let's talk about Woody Harrelson.
Okay. I was strong. I didn't make a joke about your Woody.
Oh, Jesus.
Everyone be proud of me. I didn't make the joke. All right. So what do you guys love about Zombieland? Because I think we just all have a just glowing love for this movie.
The jokes. Comedic. Just, genius. You know, especially when you add that into a horror movie. You're taking the best of both worlds, blending it together, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, what I really love about Zombieland, though, kind of in that same vein, is the jokes aren't forced. It really feels like fluid dialogue that kind of snarky, sassy people would have with each other. One I wrote down, actually two. First one was, you almost knocked over your alcohol with your knife. That cracked me up earlier. And then also, I'm sensing you're a little bit of a bitch. Just these, like, very subtle, innocuous quips throughout the entire film, I think really humanize this film. I'm not sure if that is the right word here, but I really appreciated that. It felt like very authentic humor.
Yeah, well, and I like that. From what I understand, you know, a lot of the humor is, you know, in the script, but a lot of the things were also places where these actors, who are all, you know, very talented comedic actors of their own right, had chances to kind of ad lib and sort of play in the space, and that they were able to incorporate a lot of their ad lib stuff into the movie too, like the whole, you know, argument about Hannah Montana between Tallahassee and Little Rock. You know, it's just entirely just them just BSing.
I love that, because not only does that feel authentic, but I can't remember the main character's name in the beginning, where he's just lugging around his luggage on the rollers. It's just so stupid, but in the setting, it just hits so hard and so funny. I gotta say, Zombieland out there is one of the best comedic horror films, I think, that we have.
Yeah, I find the humor very relatable. Yeah, I love a lot of the lines. I like that the characters each have their own personality. Like, they feel like a person as opposed to just like weird caricatures, like sometimes is the case in a lot of especially zombie films. I find a lot of times it's just like these like very flat, uninteresting characters. But yeah, like each one, even though they're you know, maybe turned up to 11 in terms of their personality on display, you know, Columbus is super anxious constantly. Tallahassee, you know, is always just fully on, you know, redneck kick-ass mode all the time. But you know, that they do still feel kind of at their core like people who find things that they like in each other. Like, I don't know, just it feels like the friendship and stuff between the characters that grows doesn't feel forced.
that's kind of tricky to do in some extent when it comes to zombie films. Nathaniel, you and I have talked about how zombies are definitely overplayed, overrated. Sorry, not sorry, NJ.
It's all right. It's fine.
They've become such a part of our culture, I think, with everything out there regarding zombies, that they've lost a lot of their scariness to me. And it's not a bad thing per se, but a movie like this where they've kind of set it up where they don't have to explain what happened. We get that there's a zombie outbreak, and that's all we need to know. They don't have to tell us about the virus, or is it a virus, or is it a fungus, or is it an alien, or yada yada yada. It lets us as the audience just kind of sit there with the story and really focus more on the characters than the cataclysm of a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, to echo that, I love that it like just gives it as a given that the audience and the characters know what zombies are. They call them zombies. It's not some like weird tongue-in-cheek, we have to call them walkers, we have to call them something clever that isn't zombie, because no one's ever heard of a zombie before. I like that it just basically just kind of goes all in of like, hey, they're zombies, you know what a zombie is, everyone knows what a zombie is. Let's just get into telling an interesting story in the space instead of spending half the movie trying to justify why there's zombies there.
It doesn't make the audience like feel stupid. You're like, oh yeah, look, I know what's going on here. I've watched TV, I've watched movies.
Mm-hmm.
I am a little bit curious, NJ, just kind of your background working in the ER. Do you feel like the zombies, per your medical background, were more authentic to what you would imagine this to be? Is there any like medical frustration you have when it comes to the zombie thing here in Zombieland?
I didn't have as much of an issue with Zombieland. I guess I would always imagine that if there were like legit, like a zombie outbreak, like I would think it would have to be like a rage virus or something of that nature, where like you're not actually undead,
Yeah, more
just
wreck as opposed to
like you're just unhinged and your behavior's like completely uninhibited. Like that's how I would interpret that, I guess, which seems like that's kind of what Zombieland was. They're just not, insanely fast or crazy like, World War Z or 28 Days Later or whatnot.
Yeah, I always find it interesting that zombies want to eat brains and all of that. I have a medical background as well, so I was just kind of curious your thoughts as far as zombies go.
Well, sorry, I have to correct you. These ones just want flesh. They don't want brains. Brains is Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
I had to poke up my imaginary glasses into place.
Yeah, thank you. You can take the glasses off, because I wasn't saying in particular this movie was about brains. I was just saying in general.
In general, that's just that they want human flesh.
Okay, well, it's time to stomp on your glasses. So let's move on.
You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses.
Now he's like Velma. Look at that, Jesus.
No,
I can't see without my glasses.
Yeah, but Velma wouldn't be a smart ass either, so.
Whoa.
Did you not see the new well, new is not the right word, the early 2000s Scooby-Doo movies?
I probably haven't.
Yeah.
Really? But I don't want to derail the conversation, but do we think that Fred is gay or no?
Fred is absolutely gay.
No
one wears an ascot and is straight. Come on.
That's what I figured, but I wanted to verify.
He's just deeply in denial.
Come on, Daphne, wake up. You deserve better, Daphne.
You deserve Velma, Daphne. Let's go.
They're all gay.
May I recommend a book just based on this side conversation called Meddling Kids by Edgar Cantero, which is like Scooby-Doo if they played it straight and with a little bit of Lovecraft thrown in.
Ooh, all right.
If it's not Scooby-Doo but make it gay, Nathaniel, I'm not interested.
Oh, okay. Well, like, that's why I thought of it. Just, Okay, anyway. The rules are pretty fun in Zombieland.
I feel like if there was a zombie apocalypse, Nathaniel, I would be Columbus with all my rules that everybody has to follow, and I hold everybody to those rules. They're so good.
They are good. And as nervous diarrhea, that would totally be you as well.
100%. It's me right now. What I really appreciated though about the film, in regards to the rules, is how the editors kind of blocked them out in different scenes to kind of remind us all that they are kind of this focal point for this character and his neuroses. You could even imagine it almost as he's hallucinating these rules as they come in contact with these different situations. It's just so perfect.
Yeah, definitely. Almost when they pop up, sometimes just serves as like a fun little like punchline to a visual gag of some sort.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like I love it when it's the cardio is just like blinking on the screen early on when he's
Yeah.
running around the car or the parking lot multiple times.
Honestly, that's where I would meet my end, is the cardio. So
Yeah, screw cardio.
Nah. I got this, guys. I've been running my entire life, mostly from my problems, but now it will also totally translate from zombies. I got us. We'll be fine.
Oh, thank heaven.
So your cardio is gonna save Nathaniel and I? That's a
Well-
little bullshit.
No, it'll be fine. She'll push us around in a shopping cart.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that works. I was gonna say NJ just running is not gonna do us any favors.
I mean, I'll be okay, probably.
Another thing that I kind of noticed when I was doing my rewatch today was the set of the show is so fun. They go to so many crazy places, and I really feel like the background against the zombie, annihilation was just perfect. The Trader Joe's, kind of the crazy antique shop thing where they just throw everything and break it.
I don't think that was a Trader Joe's.
I'm not sure what it was. Trading Post?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Some vague racist Arizona trading post.
Okay, so Trading Joe's.
Have you been to Trader Joe's?
Anyway, the Hollywood scenes were a lot of fun. Bill Murray's house, and then they go to the theme park. It wasn't just like metropolitan. That's not a word, but I'm going to use it.
Metropolitan.
Zombies. I don't care. Zombies in the city. Like, I don't know. They had fun with the idea. We need more zombie movies like this.
I really liked Billy Murray's house, too. Bill Murray?
Bill.
The cold medicine is transferring through the airwaves.
I didn't know
Oh,
it was
I knew it.
contagious. But good
I
heaven.
knew it. Man.
What do you think, Nathaniel, though? You're kind of our resident zombie expert in some regard here. Did you like kind of stepping out of the city?
Of course. I feel like the problem with a lot of zombie content is that it's just the same thing over and over again, right? It's the Misery Olympics. It's everyone is in a place where there's way too many zombies for usually no good reason. They hole up, and then it's just like sitting and waiting for an hour and a half, and then they try to make a break for it and get killed. Lather, rinse, repeat. So the fact that they're, traveling across big swaths of the country, that there are areas where, maybe they don't see a zombie for 2 hours. Like, that makes a lot of sense, especially, as they're driving through, Arizona and New Mexico and, kind of this whole swath of, kind of southern or southwest U.S. There's huge sections where it wouldn't make sense to see zombies very often. And I like that because, one, that's a smart survival strategy. Go to places where there's not that many of them. And two, yeah, when you do have them come up, it's it makes for fun, interesting scenes. And I like that these zombies also aren't just like these almost invincible killing machines. Like, they go down pretty easy, which makes it kind of fun to see the ways that the zombies get killed, which then ties into like the whole like zombie kill of the week, which is another fun thing that kind of comes up. And we just have so many fun things to play with because it allows us to get a variety of locations and methods of killing and all of that stuff, so it's not just the same thing over and over and over again.
Alongside that, I think the zombie makeup itself, the practical makeup, is pretty solid. The zombies aren't, twisted clickers like you see in The Last of Us, which is amazing, and I love that show, but this felt very medically zombie-esque, if that makes sense. They weren't distorted, they weren't mutations or had additional limbs or anything. They were just humans.
But I loved how, like, gross and goopy their mouths always were.
Yeah, for sure, though. You have a lot of body fluids, and it's got to come out one orifice, and I don't think they could show bloody diarrhea on the screen, So let's get the bloody mouths. But it did feel authentic. It felt like it made sense in the world that they established and gave us.
If they weren't cowards, they would have shown us the bloody diarrhea.
It's true. One day we'll be there. America is just not ready.
Well, maybe they were, and that's why that zombie was going, like in the gas station bathroom, and then we just got interrupted.
Yeah, that's on the director's cut.
Yeah, the zombie diarrhea.
Jeez. Oh, no. Now I'm going to have dreams about zombie diarrhea, you two. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What else do we like about the movie other than the zombies' bowel movements being pretty consistent and solid?
But they weren't
not
solid.
Nathaniel, we're gonna have to flag this episode not for vulgarity, but for other things.
Just viscerally upsetting in so many ways.
NJ, what do you love about Zombieland? If you had to sum it up for us, what's your favorite thing?
I mean, honestly, I'm going to give it to Emma Stone. I absolutely adore her character.
Emma Stone is a saint.
She's so good.
Yeah.
She's just so snarky, but like, you can tell that deep down in there, she's got herself a little heart of gold, a little bit there. But I always like a badass woman. And especially the fact that her and her sister have teamed up and they're turning the tables on these guys. Like, it's too brilliant. Like, they fall for it, too, and it's just fantastic.
And not just once. They fall for it, once or twice.
She's so good. But, yeah, I enjoyed how they played it. Like you guys said, they introduced a different setting that we typically don't see. So it almost raises the stakes too whenever stuff happens, like when they're at the theme park and they all just flood in, because you're like, shit, we didn't see zombies for like an hour. Here we go.
Well, yeah, and at a theme park you're more trapped than you think you are too, so that giant flood of zombies in a place that is designed, I think, to keep people there is something we don't get very often either.
True. Yeah, it's like the locked room, but theme
park. Well, and what I love about the theme park too is just like how fun it is, as far as especially all of the stuff that Tallahassee does, right? Hopping on that wild mouse roller coaster and just taking him out as he's going around, grabbing on the I don't know, the spinning thing and just laying waste to zombies as he's going. Like, there's just so many like wonderful like moments like that. Going back to Emma Stone, her in this movie is what Tom Hardy is to you.
My brother said the same thing. I told him we were watching Zombieland for the podcast, and the next text message he sent was like, "Ooh, Emma Stone." And I get it.
How did he spell that?
Yeah, that's open to interpretation. But Emma Stone is beautiful and is such a great actress. But this is like top 5 Emma Stone, I think. I think, NJ, you hit it on the head. She has a really good way of being snarky, but not in a way that pisses you off. Like,
it's endearing.
Yeah, you're in on the joke. You don't take it personal because she does have a caring heart, and she looks really nice.
That she does. She really does. Oh, Emma Stone. Now you guys could just see me just staring at my Emma Stone poster.
Now I want to watch the SNL clip with her and the porno where she takes it a little too seriously. If you guys have not seen that, you need to YouTube it after we finish recording.
Yeah, I have not seen that. I will be adding that to my list, yes.
She portrays a very highfalutin actress who arrives on set to a porn film and takes it to the next level. It's wonderful. SNL, you did us good there.
So I'm going to be watching this when my wife comes home from work, and she's going to be like, "What you doing?"
Nothing.
The best line is she says, "Greg, what are you doing with grandson?" So I hope your wife steps in on you at that part.
I'll make sure to really time it well.
I love it. What did we not love about the film?
Wait, we still have to talk about the Twinkies. We can't.
Oh my gosh, we can't talk about this film without Twinkies.
I just love that not only does Tallahassee have a tragic backstory that pulls at the heartstrings as he weeps into a wad of cash, but then it also that he is a man driven by a very specific vision, and that is Twinkies.
It's so out of left field, and it's so right at the same time. Twinkies aren't even that great, but this movie makes them great.
Well, think about it. There's the zombie apocalypse. Half of my life is centered around what I'm going to eat next, what I've eaten before, fondly thinking back at it. And I couldn't have ramen noodles, legit ramen, fancy ramen, not the cup of noodles crap. Although I will also eat that.
Noodles. Let's just say noodles.
Just noodles of any sort. I would be so depressed, but he has a goal and it's food centered, and I admire that.
Yeah, I relate to that.
Not to get my podcast voice on here, but it kind of relates to what's important to us. Sure, family ties, sure, love, sure, all that bullshit. Give me my treats. I need those treats.
Exactly.
We can't function almost without those.
And also, equally important, it does call out Snowballs as being the inferior Hostess product.
Yeah, no, the texture's not right.
Yep.
What are Snowballs? I mean, I know what they are, but why? Who went to work one day and started an email chain and was like, "Guys, I have an idea. It's called a snowball."
Let's take the other stuff that we do for all of our other ones, but then roll it in coconut.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I want to see that email chain.
It was somebody high that they smoked a big rip from the bong, and they're like, "What if we did styrofoam, but we put it with coconut, and then there's cream in it,
and we make it pink." I don't know, Jeremy. It was a swing and a miss, but I'm sure he has more money than all of us. So Way to go, Jeremy. Way to go.
He's such a dick.
I know. Fucking Jeremy.
All right. So now that we have given the Hostess Corporation its due diligence, we accept sponsors Hostess.
Yeah, if I don't have a Hostess ad that I can do about Twinkies, I'm going to be upset.
After all of this wonderful lip service.
True.
But what didn't work so well? There's really only a handful of things that I don't love about this movie, but we should talk about those too, I guess.
I think there were parts where the CGI just didn't do anybody good.
Yeah, almost all of the blood effects, anytime a zombie would hit the floor and it would drag some blood across the floor or something, all of that is done in post. And first time I watched this, I didn't really notice because I was just laughing and having a good time. But on rewatches, I kind of looked at all of those effects and went, "Yeah, that's not great. It's kind of a weakness." And I will almost always take practical effects over digital effects.
And I'm sure that in some part has to do with the age of the film. It came out quite a few years ago, but it does I was the same way. I don't remember them being that bad when I first watched the film, and then today, on my rewatch, it was like, let's just stick with the funny parts. Maybe let's not go into the gore.
What happened to cheap Caro syrup and some food dye? Come on.
It became too expensive. We're in a recession, Nathaniel. Not everyone can afford Caro syrup. And
it was 2009. the tank, or the housing market had tanked. Everything was bad.
That's fair.
Good point.
NJ, did this bother you at all? Did you notice?
I didn't really notice, but often I'm just like kind of oblivious to certain things. To be quite honest with you.
Well, now we will have ruined it forever. You'll watch it again and you go, oh, dang it. They were right. Dang it.
The jerks.
Another thing is, I just wish that there was a little bit more Bill Murray. Like, the parts of Bill Murray that we have are wonderful. I just think that if you're going to get someone like Bill Murray, like, give him, like, I don't know, 5 more minutes of screen time. They just killed him so fast.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty hysterical that he was such a like big name character and he only lasts a few minutes. I don't know. I think there was a funny gotcha kind of a thing there.
Well, I enjoyed how they just Columbus just shoots him.
Yeah, it like took the celebrityness of Bill Murray and was just like, we don't care about that. He dies. Oh, it was great. It was awesome. I really loved it.
I don't know. I just loved all of.
Ugh.
Yeah, I just loved all of the riffing that they were doing with him leading up to that. Like, I think absolutely him walking in and Columbus shooting him was the right call. I guess I just wanted more of Tallahassee and Wichita just like riffing with them, or riffing with him, because it like any of those little bits were great, and just them playing Ghostbusters was funny, and I don't know. I just really liked that section, and I just wish that there was slightly more.
Yeah, and that's totally fair. I just think it was intentional what they were doing.
I mean, fair. Maybe I just wanted to watch Ghostbusters again is what it really boiled down to.
I mean, Bill Murray made probably $5 million in those 10 minutes, so,
And he deserves it.
Okay, let's move away from Nathaniel's gay crush. We have Bill Murray and Tom Hardy, so,
I agree with you, Max. I'm sorry.
I was a little confused with Little Rock and Wichita. Their whole thing. I mean, I get the thief thing, but after we spent like 20 minutes of everybody bonding, and then all of a sudden they go against all of that bonding, it felt a little contrived to some extent. I don't know. What did you guys think?
Well, I was actually okay with that. It was more that I didn't understand why they teamed up with Tallahassee and Columbus when they did. When they took their stuff in their car basically the second time. Like, I don't understand why they kept them in the car. I don't like. It just seems like, oh, it would make total sense that they would steal their stuff and leave yet again. Like, I don't know why there was a change.
Well, don't you think that maybe it speaks to they've kind of been craving like a human connection, and then they do find it, so they don't want to necessarily like scrap it right away?
I mean, fair. And obviously, like, I'm glad that they do. I don't know. A line of dialogue or something would have gone a long way just to ease my mind. Because it just seems like, oh, we don't trust you guys. Bye, we're taking all your stuff. And then, they see them again, 3 hours later, and they're like, actually, we're just going to keep you around this time. And I just didn't get why. But yeah, it's a small complaint, honestly, because as soon as they're all together, the movie really takes off.
Yeah, outside of that, I don't think really I can criticize the movie in any other capacity. This thing is near perfect,
as opposed to the sequel, which kind of sucked.
Yeah,
never seen the sequel actually, so don't is what you're saying?
Yeah, like there's a few ideas in it, but it there's this whole thing about this like weird pacifist commune that's really just oblivious about the whole zombie thing, even though at that point it's supposed to have been going on for like 15 years. It just didn't make any sense. It was just kind of a mess.
Yeah, it felt a little fan servicey to some extent. Like the movie was such a big hit that let's make another one, but let's not think about it. And here we go.
Yeah. It was like a best hits from the first movie with a plot line that didn't actually make any sense if you hold it up to any scrutiny whatsoever.
All right. I will not watch it.
I mean, watch it. It's fun, but we sound like boomers. So watch it, but you won't like it.
If you go in with low expectations, then maybe you'll have a good time.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it.
I have low expectations for most things, so.
Do you just live in an eternal like land of delight then? Like, oh hey, that wasn't utter garbage.
It's more like I walk into work and I'm like, well, maybe it'll be fine, and then it never is.
Not.
Yeah, but it's a way I cope with life, I guess.
Just blatant denial?
Yeah, it works great. It's like cold medicine.
Denial has been keeping us alive since evolution started. So
since Egypt.
Badoonch. I'm sorry, NJ. I just stalked your Twitter and I saw your fitness apple spice donut in my mouth. And that was in the same vein, and I appreciate you 3 times more now.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I am a whore for carbs.
Donuts are my best friend.
Yes.
I'm right here.
I stand by with what I said.
You know what? Actually, fair.
All right. Any other fun facts or tidbits about Zombieland before we rate this bitch?
Yes, I have 2 fun facts for you. One, in a move that will surprise no one, Woody Harrelson got the filming delayed a couple of days partway through because he got arrested for possession of pot. Which is the most Woody Harrelson thing I think I've ever said.
Is he a pothead? That doesn't...
Have you not watched any of his movies?
I mean, yeah, but I don't know.
Yes.
I guess I don't know why that should be just normal information.
Okay, you clearly need to watch more of his stuff.
Okay, I'm on it.
The other thing is, originally this whole thing came out of a TV pilot that they wrote. So yeah, this was originally intended to be a TV show, and so like some of these elements kind of make sense in that context of, especially the zombie kill of the week was supposed to be just like, every episode there would be a new zombie kill of the week, for example.
Interesting. I like that.
But yeah, so even after the movie was made, there was some floating around of should this get developed as a TV series? But then eventually, the sequel got greenlit, and so they ended up going that route as opposed to kind of building on the universe with this. But I do think that of the zombie TV series oeuvre, this would be one of the more fun, worthwhile ones. Because those are usually the Misery Olympics marathon running.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and it's every other one's humans are really the monster after all. Whereas Zombieland, it's like, no, it's the zombies. It's definitely the zombies.
Yep. Let's talk ratings. So, screams. How scary is this movie?
I mean, not very scary. I gave it a 3.
I would go 3 just because of the zombie clown.
Yeah, 3.5. Probably just, zombie clown and just how goopy some of those mouths were. Just very goopy mouths.
People don't like the word moist. I think I don't like the word goopy.
I know.
Blech.
Oh, wow.
That's why I keep saying it.
Well, go to hell.
Yeah,
Crowns.
You wish.
Been there already. It's fun. Crowns, a 9. I want to give it a 10, but I'm still saving myself for that special movie that, awakens me.
Was it Mad Max Fury Road? Was that the movie that did it for you?
No, it was Venom.
Yes.
Excellent. I would also give it a 9.
9s across the board, yo. It's just such a fun movie. Like I've never gotten tired of this movie, which is something I can't say of most other zombie stuff.
Yeah, typically I really don't like zombie films. Like you said, Nathaniel, early on, I think they're overrated, overdone. They're just not scary anymore unless Taylor Swift is involved. And this is just an icon of horror films. You can't do better than Zombieland when it comes to zombies.
Maybe Shaun of the Dead, but I don't know. They're like tied in my book.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also, fun fact, apparently the inspiration for making Zombieland came from watching Shaun of the Dead.
It's like zombies inspired zombies. How crazy.
What kind of accent exactly was that?
It was surprised.
From the surprise region of France.
Yeah, it's pronounced surprise, but you were close.
Actually, since it's French, it's just
Yeah.
and then you just move your lips for the prize part.
Oh, God. Oh, Nathaniel, how are you staying spooky?
I just started watching Fall of the House of Usher and am enjoying it quite a bit. I'm not very far yet, but I mean, Flanagan knows what he's doing. It's more darkly comedic than his other stuff, and I am here for it.
Darkly comedic?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
I am 5 episodes in and have not laughed once.
Wow.
Are you dead inside?
No, I find it's phenomenal. Midnight Mass changed my being and my soul, and this is like inching close to being better than Midnight Mass for me. I love how spooky it is and twisted and crazy, but comedic would not be what I would choose.
Oh.
I'm intrigued.
Okay, I know that was the intent because I've seen places where Flanagan has talked about it. But no, yeah, it is both horror and also like black comedy. So not necessarily ha funny. It's
sure
like the kind of funny that you just go, oh, that's messed up, in like a I'm delighted by it sort of way.
Fucked up funny.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, I like it too, but I'm gonna say no. I have not felt like that at all.
Okay,
so I have not gotten to it yet because I just started Midnight Mass. I know I'm really, really behind.
Oh my gosh,
I'm very sorry.
Such a treat with Midnight Mass.
I'm enjoying it a lot. But I would like to just say Kate Siegel. My God, have you seen her?
Yeah, Kate Siegel. Yum.
So in my brain, when I was writing The Broken Heart and I was writing Casey, that's who I picture is Kate Siegel.
Her eyes just like, I don't know what they do to me because I am very gay, but I would do anything she told me to do.
You're human, that's what you are.
Okay, I'll take that. Yeah, Nathaniel, we're gonna have to have an episode about this because I'm curious as to what humor I've missed, or if it maybe speaks to authors a little bit different than not. I'm fascinated by that because I felt like it's one of the more serious shows that he's done.
Oh no, I think it's quite the opposite.
Interesting.
Isn't it like Poe inspired kind of? Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a bunch of different Poe stories and kind of weaves them together in a modern setting.
All right.
And I guess I could see the idea of like making fun of the rich and the like super wealthy.
I mean, some of that's there. Yeah, like that's a lot of it, but it's also just like well, you know, this is a whole other episode worth of conversation.
Yeah, we don't have to dive into this. And I'm also wondering, is the industry that this family makes their wealth from is my industry. So maybe I find it less humorous and more like, oh shit, this is my work day tomorrow. Huh.
Big
Interesting.
Pharma.
We love you, Big Pharma. I love my job. I've been staying spooky we just had the annual Scream Kings horror movie marathon this Sunday, which is always a good time.
Yes, it is.
I think the max amount of people we had was 15 at one given point. People come, they go, we watch movies, we have a good old time. We watch some duds, we watch some good ones, and one of the best ones is No One Will Save You. It is this remarkable and brilliant film on Hulu that has, I think, one line of dialogue.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Kind of a silent film, but it does aliens the right way. It's essentially about an alien invasion, and I love aliens, but horror movies just sometimes can't hit it on the nail when it comes to these things. And this movie delivers. We had people screaming. Everyone was kind of on the edge of their seats. It is phenomenal. I really loved it. Go watch it. It's free on Hulu.
Yeah,
No One Will Save You.
Yeah, that one was a party.
And I don't know, maybe if it's because who we were with, Nathaniel, and like the screams and how scared everybody was, but it is some good stuff. Go watch it. Go watch it. Go watch it.
I'm putting in my list just for you.
And it has a strong female that gives no shits, so you'll appreciate it.
I do enjoy a strong woman that kicks some alien ass. You know, like original Ripley kind of vibes.
I mean, she has nothing on Ripley, but we'll give it to her.
All right, you know. I would just urinate if I saw an alien, so I mean, I can't cast a stone.
I would urinate, but then also be like, okay, bitch, let's go. Take me, probe me, just get me off this planet. There are a few people I need you to take with me, but let's bounce.
Sorry about my goopy pants.
No! Oh, God, I'm out. Bye.
I had an opportunity and I took it. I'm sorry, but I'm not
proud
sorry.
of you.
Thank you. I appreciate
Goopy pants? No.
You know, I think the company Goop was made just to upset you specifically, Max.
We've never banned someone from the episode, but I think Goopy Pants is now warranted.
See, I was about to say, become our third host.
Yes.
From that, so
Please.
There we go. Yeah.
And that's going to be our band name is Goopy Pants. It's going to be great.
Stop saying it. NJ, how are you keeping your pants scoopy?
Thank you for asking. I recently did a nice Saw marathon with my wife. We went 1 through 3, and I forgot how much. I mean, it's very splatterpunky, which is something I greatly enjoy, but I forgot how much I liked it. Like, it is very difficult for a movie to like make me creeped out. And in the second one, where she like throws her, or she falls into the pit of all the needles, like, oh,
no.
yeah, like, and I mean, in like retrospect, like that's like the least bad thing that happens probably in the entire thing, but it's like, ugh, I can't. But yeah, I work 4 days straight. And my last night's a night shift, and we're gonna go see the new one in theaters at like 11 a.m. and I'm gonna be like 24 hours awake, hopped up on, you know, like movie theater popcorn, so I'm pretty excited.
I've heard it's really pretty compelling, actually, which surprised me.
I've heard good things too. And then the other thing I wanted to shout out was I actually met him at Stokercon, Michael Arnzen, I'm thinking I'm saying it correctly, but I picked up his book, Grave Markings, and he won a Bram Stoker for this, and I couldn't put it down. So it's a story about this tattoo artist who's clearly insane and like kind of almost like possessed by this demon that compels him to like put his art out there, but he like abducts people and tattoos them, and he wants like notoriety for it, and starts targeting people that work for like a small news station.
Interesting. I like that idea.
Yeah, because I've never heard anything like it before, so it was just a very like compelling idea.
Adding it to my Goodreads, and it's on.
Excellent.
All right. Well, if that is all, let's let everyone who has listened to this hour of insanity and shenanigans go.
Well, okay. So before we go, where can people go and buy your books, because they need to go do that?
Well, I can be found on Amazon. I'm sorry, it's a capitalistic thing and it is what it is, but that's where I am. And
Hey, don't apologize for making money.
my tens of dollars that I've made.
Hey, tens of dollars can get 10 bigger hamburgers. Let's go with that.
Tens of dollars. That's like one movie ticket these days.
I might be able to dry clean my goopy pants with $10.
Fuck you. But where can we find you for real?
Well, you can find
Amazon
me.
is for real. I'm adding your book to my cart as we speak.
Oh my god, thank you. I'll stop saying goopy pants. I promise.
That's right.
I will stop it. So you can find me on Twitter at Dr. Spooky _ER. I can be a bit unhinged, and it's just the way it is, and I'm sorry. But it's going to continue.
But if you got through this episode, then it's probably for you.
Exactly. 10 out of 10 doctors recommend following me on Twitter.
I just tweeted at you, so everyone's going to follow you now.
That thrills me. And you can go to my website, sign up for my newsletter. So that's NJ Gallegos, GALLEGOS.com. And you can find links to like all of my works there if you'd like to peruse.
And you should, because it's worth perusing.
My mom thinks I'm very, very good.
Good job, Mom. You have taste.
Out of all the jokes, that one got me the most.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you guys for having me on and letting me be absolutely unhinged.
We love it.
Yes, it was an utter delight.
Stay spooky, everyone. Go follow NJ Gallegos. She's amazing.
Yes, stay spooky.